Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Kick your feet up, subscribe to this family-friendly channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name so you don't miss the sneak peeks of what's coming up next. In this video, it's Ready to Love DMV episode 5 entitled Truth or Dare. I give a full episode recap with photos offset to the side, and then I give my review at the end. No need to dig around and keep all of the minute marks in the comments. It's all coming up next. We pick up right where we left off, Eliminations, and Demetrius bringing down AP and Precious. He speaks of the red flags that the fellas have talked about. With AP, many fellas feel that she still has unresolved issues when it comes to her deceased husband. AP makes a production note that, okay, are they all psychologists? When it comes to Precious, the red flags were many of the fellas thought that maybe you're still in the nightlife, and many fellas have surpassed that phase in life. He says to AP that unfortunately the men have decided that you are not ready to love, and AP waves and bids everyone a goodbye. AP makes her production clip and saying that she thought she would be there longer, but hey, I'm ready to love, even if they don't think so. Precious is now confused as to why the men think that way about her, because that's not what she's about. Tommy wants the next few dates and moves to be as intentional as possible. Take notes and narrow down your connections. There will be no more additional people to get to know. This week, the power of eliminations is back in the hands of the ladies. They'll meet up later to share the scoop in the ladies' lounge. Now it's time to eat some food and relax. Clifton then offers Carmen a plate and she takes the invitation. She's loving how forward he is and they even sit down and eat next to one another. Joy thanks Eric for cooking and he's happy to do it. He loves the opportunity to cook for his new acquaintances and friends. Cooking is his passion, so it was no biggie. Hopefully his wife is eating with them. Everyone cheers him on like you better claim it and okay. Dakia is digging Eric, but she knows other connections are there. She takes a moment to tell production that I did tell Eric that I love shrimp pasta and he made it. I'm not saying he made it for me, but I just think it's a coincidence that, hey, I told him I love shrimp pasta and he made it for everybody. I just had to throw that out there. Laverne then thinks it's a good idea to play Truth or Dare. Precious is like, here we go with this whole mess. Since Tina is right next to him, he starts with her. She takes a dare to touch the person that you're most connected with on the chest, and she picks Paul and he's blushing for sure. Laverne then points out 31 and Paul is 48, and Paul says, hey, Wiley knows about that. He knows what's up with that. And Wiley says to production, it's very annoying that I'm 32, but people are treating me like I'm a little kid. I'm mature for my age. Like, why do people keep throwing my age out there? Donovan then takes the reins to the Truth or Dare game, speaking directly to Joy, and she takes the dare to kiss the person that you're most digging. And she literally runs over to Cliff. Carmen is like, okay, and makes a production note like, dang, you just fixed my plate and sat next to me. This Truth or Dare game is getting kind of messy. Dakia then asks Carmen. Carmen wants the truth. Dakia wants to know from Carmen, is there someone here that you're genuinely interested in? Or is it just because of the selection that we have here? And everyone says, oh, now that's a good question. And she says, yes, there is someone that I have interest in, or some people. Eric and Sabrina, they take a dare to nibble on the ear of the person that she's digging. And she needs to think about it. And everybody's like, oh, she got to think about it. Okay. And then Sabrina goes over to Demetrius to give his ear a nice little nibble. It's really evident that Tory is floored, as well as everybody else, because everybody was under the impression that Sabrina was really digging Tory like that. Now we have the Truth or Dare game in the hands of Ace, and she directs hers toward Demetrius, and he takes a dare to walk up to that one woman and kiss her wherever you want. He quickly goes to Sabrina and lays it on her, and Tory then leaves the table. Later, everyone agrees that it's time to zero in on the potential mates. Later on, it's time for a group date with Wiley, Joy, Precious, Cliff, and Demetrius. It's a physical activity indeed. Precious makes a note that she's present with the men who are not in her top choices, although she wants to meet other people out of her comfort zone. Wiley is having a difficult time because he wore jeans, but it's okay. Precious and Demetrius notice that the obstacle courses are just like relationships. You have to navigate on your own sometimes, and then you may need help. Precious wants to communicate that she's social, but not a party girl. She just has to prove that she's serious. Demetrius says to production that I'm not sure if she's doing damage control or if she's for real. Joy speaks with Wiley, and it's evident that he's shy when it comes to certain things. He's learning that he has to create those moments to connect. Joy says to production that I feel that he wants to say something, but he just doesn't. It feels like I have to pull it out of him. Sabrina invites Tory out to talk about the other night. She didn't mean to catch him off guard, but had to be honest about how she felt. Tory claims that he didn't know she had feelings for Demetrius like that. He thought it was just a connection between them. With all of the moments alone and conversations they had to the side, he was shocked. She never communicated that she was also interested in someone else. He doesn't understand with her wanting to go slower and go through a process when they don't have much time left. Sabrina wants to think about it more because there's still some decisions that she has to make. So is he saying that he's done with the process? The vibes that he's giving kind of feels like it's all or nothing. Tory says that he's just already made his decision and they have a connection. Sabrina says that she's not ready to make her selection yet and she's still going through the process. He agrees that she should explore more, but he won't back off when it comes to his feelings. Now they've cleared the air and can move forward. Carmen then meets up with Paul and she says to production, I made sure to wear something sexy. This is the first date with him and she wants to catch his eye. She's heard a lot about him and he's ready for the questions. There's small talk about how they've liked the process so far, what they've learned, and to add a little bit of joking to the air, he asks Carmen if she wants some of his pickle, and Carmen doesn't budge, not being shy, saying that, hey, feed it to me. He wants to know how she feels about romance, and she loves romance. She wants a man that knows what she wants and what she likes. She shouldn't have to remind and tell a man all of the time. She also wants to know what are some deal breakers when it comes to what you want in a relationship. I don't want to dive in, and things that are your deal breakers are things that don't correlate with me. For him, it's a woman with no drive or no pursuits of happiness. That is a complete deal breaker on his end. Carmen agrees, and unfortunately her ex-husband was pretty stagnant when it came to goals and aspirations in life. He really didn't seek or desire bigger and better things. Paul makes a note to production that he loves her looks and loves the way that she looks into his eyes. She has that type of look that makes a man want to hand over his wallet, car keys, and so much more. Donovan and Tina meet up for a date, and Tina makes a note to production that she was really digging Paul, and then she got to meet Donovan and he seemed pretty cool. Their conversation allows them to learn that they both have daughters who are Geminis and they love being parents. He's also open to having more children. He thinks that surely they need to learn more about each other and go on more dates. He even feeds her some duck that she's never tried. He wants a relationship with balance and he believes that you can have it all if you work as a team. Tina agrees and wants someone goofy, someone who knows that you can relax and enjoy life. Tina makes a note to production that they in line together when it comes to goals, thoughts, relationships, and he's a handsome man. It's a group date with Tina, Ace, Dakia, Lawrence, Paul, and Tory. Paul is really digging Tina. She admits to production that there is definite sexual attraction. Laverne feels that he needs to be more consistent with Ace because there's definitely something there. Dakia and Tory chat and she wants to know how he feels about Sabrina. He's conflicted if he needs to give her some space and fall back or stay consistent. Maybe he should just talk to other ladies a little bit more. Tina wants Paul to be more aggressive and show that he's interested, and he promises to show her more. They all dance and unwind with drinks, and afterwards Tina meets with Laverne. Tina thinks that Laverne is handsome but wants to learn his personality a little bit more. They talk about recipes concerning chicken, and then Laverne goes into more of a competitive mode, saying that he used to bodybuild and he still works out. and even brags about how his hometown is the place of Michael Jackson. Tina is then turned off by his annoying energy. It's the ladies' lounge, and Tommy wants to know what happened after he left. Joy says that the children came out to play after he left. Laverne started a game of truth or dare. She took a dare that led her to kiss her first number one pick, which was Cliff. Sabrina then shares her nibble experience with Demetrius, but Tommy thought her true connection was with Tory. Sabrina says yes, but Tommy, even you said to keep the options open and explore and narrow down and get serious about who we having a true connection with. And Tommy can't deny that. Now it's time for the ladies to break it down. Who are they digging? Tina says Paul and Donovan. Carmen, Eric, and Paul. Dakia, she says Eric is winning. We have a connection and we are really narrowing down our feelings about life and relationships. A says Laverne, they have a good conversation, and Tory. Precious says Paul and Donovan. Sabrina, Tory, and Demetrius. Now, who are they not feeling? A says Clifton. He gives off homie vibes, and Carmen says Clifton as well. Tina says Wiley, and Precious agrees that Wiley has that kind of like brother and no connection vibe, as well as Laverne. Joy says Wiley, and Tina agrees about Laverne. He seems very withdrawn and sometimes gives off negative energy. Ace says that she's concerned about Laverne because each person is not saying so good words about him, but personally, each person has to take accountability in this process. Now that the ladies have broke it down, Tommy says now, unfortunately, it's elimination time. Get together, make those final decisions, and whomever gives the news, make sure to deliver with the respect that you would want the respect given to you. Dakia meets with Wiley, and Precious meets with Laverne. Precious says to production that it's not going to be easy to communicate with the women said and how they felt about him, but she gets straight to it. The women feel, Laverne, that they just don't understand you. And the truth of their game, it seemed kind of messy. It seems as if you step up when you want to. You also seem disconnected at the pool party. You come off guarded and a little narcissistic at times, then sweet. It makes everybody really confused. Laverne says that he's himself all the time, and I don't trust anyone. And how I get to know people is just how I get to know people. Once someone can earn my trust, then I'll show them the real Laverne. Dakia tells Wiley the feedback that the women have been saying, that there really aren't any true connections. It seems as if he's a little shy and standoffish, which allows the lady to put him in the friend zone. They don't even know at some points if he's interested because he's playful, and a lot of the times conversation is not initiated by him. It's initiated by the women. Precious then continues on with the conversation. After all of the feedback, Laverne, we just want you to take note about what the ladies are feeling and what they're saying, and we've all decided that you're ready to love. Laverne makes the production note that women come to me, and this is just who I am. So if they're not coming to me and nothing is initiated, then hey. Kia finishes her statements by saying that the ladies have decided, unfortunately, that you're not ready to love. Wiley makes his final production note that he'll make sure that in the future to show more initiative when making connections and show more initiative when it comes to his true feelings. And that is the end of the episode. And now it is time for your favorite part of the video. That's right, my review. So I told y'all in the last review that I knew AP was going home. I knew it. And all of those things that I listed and I said, they were discussed and they were talked about. And Demetrius basically gave the translation in guy words what was going on. AP, you may feel that you're ready to love, but when it comes to the connection of dating and being more open and being more chill, you were very standoffish. You had this wall up, this stone wall that just said, I don't want to be here. You know, Deborah Cox, nobody's supposed to be here. You weren't supposed to be there. You were not ready. Emotionally, you were not ready to love. You may have thought that you were ready. You may have thought that you went to counseling and all this stuff. But if you're not social and if you're not dipping your feet in the dating waters to see how things are when you just getting dropped off into a competition like this, it's just nobody's feeling you. The vibes just weren't there. When she made that production note that, really, are they psychiatrists? Are they psychologists when telling me how I'm feeling and that I'm still connected? Nobody needs to be a licensed expert, okay, when it comes to what your vibes were given. It doesn't take somebody with a lot of accolades to figure that out. If you weren't catching the vibes, if you weren't feeling it, we knew how you were dressed, we knew how you were speaking, we knew how you were, we know, okay? It doesn't take rocket science to figure that out. I don't even know where to begin with this episode because it's just all over the place when it comes to people having enough time to connect with people. I guess we can start with Wiley. With Wiley's situation, I honestly feel that he's shy, like a lot of men are naturally, to initiate a lot of things, to be vocal, to honestly say how he feels, right? So what would have helped with that would have been more women that were his age. Because when he was introduced with the blind date with Tina, he was like, I'm excited, somebody that's closer to my age. You know, they were having more of a conversation. They could connect a little bit more. And you could tell that emotionally, it was that break off between him and Tina when she did mention that she had a daughter. Then she started to talk about more things when it came to parenting, and that connection was off. I've said several times before when it comes to this series that there needs to be a plethora of different age ranges because we have older men, right, that are open to children or having more children, but you have other candidates, right, the women that are there that are in their late 30s and 40s. Not saying women in the late 30s and 40s can't have children, but what you're doing is you're not giving enough time for, if they are interested in one another, building a relationship, building trust, getting comfortable with where they both want to have children. You don't have much time, a time window to really kind of work with. And Wiley having no children and speaking with Tina, it was just kind of like, now it gave the vibes like he was talking to his mom. It's the same vibes when he talked to Kia. It was the same vibes when he talked to AP. You need to have that age range to where everybody has some options when it comes to children, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to just kicking it. That needs to be in there. If you just have this range of 32 and then a guy that's 48 and then you have other women there that are in their late 40s, for a guy that is younger, it's just kind of like, okay, I'm just supposed to give up my desires to want children because you're 40? Like, they don't do that. That where they do that at? That's not flowing. It's just not flowing. Now let's talk about Precious. Okay, so Precious, when it came to the eliminations and Demetrius is saying, oh, the guys are feeling like you're a party girl and you're real social, I was kind of confused by that. What the guys really meant to say, let me translate it for you because I grew up around men. What they were saying was, girl, we noticed you flirt a lot and we ain't cool with that. All right, we're not cool that we seeing you flirting, you so-called social, and you talk about the sexual energy and all of this, that they weren't cool with that. They weren't comfortable with the fact that, dang, am I going to be able to bring you around my boys and you're going to be flirting with them? You saying you interested in me, but are you going to flirt with the whole party? That's the translation. That's what they talked about when they were in their own little lounge to the side off camera. Man, she flirt with you, she flirt with me, she flirting with you. I ain't cool with that. And automatically thinking about, can I take you somewhere and you're not going to be on everybody's lap? That's what they said. That's what happened. For those of you that really want to know what they meant, that's what the guys meant. So Precious, it's not that they have anything against you. It's not that they have anything against you being social. What it is that it's that male thought of like, dang, am I gonna be able to take her everywhere? She's smacking everybody on the bus. She said, I know it's a show, I know they dating, but that's really what was a concern. Let's talk about this truth or dare game. Okay, there were a few people here and there, Precious, Carmen, and a few other people that thought the truth or dare game was a little messy. But when I tell you, okay, all the adults that's listening to this, if you don't believe in adult peer pressure, I don't know what else to tell you. Peer pressure never ends, whether you're young, a teenager, or an adult. Peer pressure never leaves. Peer pressure is exactly that. You're around peers and you have the pressure to do something. I don't drink, okay? So there's always constantly pressure from other peers to say, come on, Bunny, have a drink, come on. And then it's that pressure to make a decision. Well, dang, everybody wants me to drink and I'm kind of sticking out like a sore thumb because I don't drink. Because I don't succumb to it, I say, no, I'm good. I'll have some water or whatever like that. I don't drink alcohol, point blank, period. With this truth or dare game, if you felt uncomfortable, if you felt that it was messy, why did you play? Why did you participate? You could easily have said, oh, I'm out. I don't want to do this. I'm going back into the lounge to chill and kick it. If anybody else wants to chill and kick it with me, they can. It's that easy. Nobody forced you to do the game. So if you thought it was messy and you felt some type of way and you didn't want to do it, you should have just said, hey, I'm out, right? This is also something to keep in mind as a viewer, that production selects people to say certain things. Okay, I'll give you two examples. The first example is when everybody was just kind of just awkwardly standing in a straight line, and everybody's like, and Demetrius, starts it like, oh, we all need to narrow down our true potentials, and the dates are serious, and everybody's like, yeah, I agree. That was staged. Okay. Also, when you have the situation with Laverne, the staff, the production team knows the fluidity and how everybody thinks about Laverne anyway. So they thought, who should we get to kind of start her up or this truth or dare game? Because let's be honest, this season has been blah and boring. So to add something, they said, oh, Laverne, off camera, when you sit down, introduce the game of truth or dare to everybody. Because let's just look at his just personality. It didn't even really seem like his type to do truth or dare, and let's just start the truth or dare. If anybody, I would have thought Precious or Paul or somebody would have said, hey, let's start truth or dare. So this is obvious, cemented, and it was a little plot twist on behalf of production to say, hey, introduce truth or dare. And you just popped up with it. Like, come on, that just came out of nowhere. Because before that, everybody was just talking, and that was the two examples. Okay, so also let's talk about Dakia. Dakia is clearly, no shade, intimidated by Carmen in a little bit. Let's just be real, because Carmen is always on her mind. Y'all both like Eric or whatever, and you kind of like watching and seeing how she's moving. Oh, I noticed that he picked the shrimp pasta. I mean, I said it, but he cooked it or whatever. And then you address the truth or dare question to Carmen, like, oh, are you really having a connection with somebody, or are you just just here? Just the selections that we have is who you connected with. First of all, that's a dumb question, because clearly I'm making a selection based upon who's here. Duh. If it were other men that were here and we were in a mansion with a lot of people, clearly I would have connected with other people. But since this is only people that are here, duh, I'm only allowed to connect with the people that are here. Okay, that's I agree with Carmen's answer when she said, yeah, I'm having a connection with somebody that's here, or several people. It's like, why are you worrying about who I'm connecting with? Clearly you're a little intimidated, and you wondering and you thinking about, man, is it really something popping off between Carmen and Eric? I mean, you kind of snitched on yourself just a little bit. The audacity of a lot of these men to be intimidated by women who have a very strong sexual urge. Paul came in talking about P.O., how he could deliver and all this other stuff. And now that he's surrounded by women who have that same energy, I don't understand why it was received differently from Precious as Carmen. So the question is, does it really just matter who shares that connection, right? Because if you're sexually like, oh, I know she look like she after 9 p.m. she like to be thugged out, and Precious brings you that energy, and you saying, okay, she need to pull back a little bit and how she's behaving. But then you got Carmen that's taking a bite of the pickle, and you being flirtatious with her with the pickle. Paul, what do you want? What do you want? I'll tell you what you want. You want somebody that's under your terms and conditions. I can already tell by your personality and how you wishy-washy that you like it, but you like somebody that's submissive enough for you to where you can pull the reins. Point blank, period. Okay? Carmen was giving you that energy back, but she's giving you the energy of, okay, what are you gonna do? I mean, you talking about the pickle. I mean, I could take a bite of the pickle. I mean, what? And then when she called your bluff on a lot of stuff. So then you were challenged. You were challenged in that. So I see you, Paul. I see you. I hope that you're eliminated very soon. And I don't understand why a lot of people are connecting with you, because it's just something about you. I cannot figure it out. Something about you I can't figure out. That's just super duper 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 annoying. Laverne, I've already said what I said about Laverne. He seemed like the type growing up that he didn't get a lot of women. People weren't paying him any mind. He got older. He lifted weights. He got some attention with that. And you just don't have the swag, homie. You don't have the swag that you think you have. The fact that Precious is sitting there trying to tell you, hey, this is what the women are saying. You're staying office, you really aren't there, which is how you've been behaving. Oh, women come to me. Oh, why should I blah, blah, blah. Man, when I tell you, you need the hardest kick in the nuts from somebody. I don't know who it needs to be, but just a real hard, just kind of like, you kicking, a football, to the other team. You just need to like do a couple of steps back, little new addition back up and just run and just bow. I just need to maybe it needs to be me because, short people give good kicks in the nuts and I'm 5 feet tall. So maybe I just need to give you just a really good hard kick. And a kick to where the kick goes all the way back, maybe mid-range in your gluteus maximus. So you can feel it in the front and you can feel it in the back. I just need somebody to just give him one just good bow. And then maybe that will do something. It will send a signal to your medulla oblongata. It will vibrate all the way up to that part and just rattle your thought process just a little bit. I think that might help you because, dude, I don't understand why you're still there. I just don't. Also, the selection this season is just off. It's just off. They need to have a whole bunch of people. You do need to start off with like 20, 25 people, period. You need to have all them people, all that selection, all the flirting, all of the messiness. That is entertainment. When you wind down everything so fast and so quickly, it's whack because I don't know you. So now we got 2 more weeks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is because they are stretching the heck out of this season. We're only into season 5 and it ain't that many people there, which tells you, like I said before, at the beginning of this season, I could tell they're going to chop up this season. We're at episode 5 and what are y'all going to go to episode 12, 10 for what? Why are y'all going to dissect this in so many pieces? It's only so many people there. They've said the same thing over and over again. The only thing we have left is more people showing a little bit of their personality and acting a donkey, which will be Laverne, which will probably be, I don't know, all of them. Heck, okay, we got Cliff and Joy. I said that with the other season when we had a Joy. So I forgot to christen you Joy with the Joy. Joy, you and Clifton, y'all vibing, okay, cool. But here's the thing. I think this will be the crescendo of the season. You mentioned before to Paul that you can't imagine your life off the road. You love going on the road, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So Cliff seems like he the type where he always asking for hugs. Every time he see you, I need my hug. I need this. I know you talk to other people, but I need to see you. I need to hug you. That and your lifestyle, honey. I can tell everybody that's watching now. I can tell you how this is going to end. They might get together. Let's just say they pick one another at the end. I don't think that would work because she's always gone. Okay, she's always gone. So is their connection throughout the season going to keep going? Is that going to connect? Because if you always gone and you got Cliff that always want to huggy, wuggy, wuggy and kissy, kissy, how is that going to work? He's going to be the type to where he's going to be tired of you gone and he's going to move on. He seems like that type of guy where he's not going to wait around for you. So Paul, oh my God. Okay, Paul, I already talked about you. Tina, Tina, I saw the red flags in you when you first got there because you said, when I was middle school, I used to date high school. When I was high school, I used to date college. Slow down, cause I can't take the heat. Slow down, Tina. Slow down, Tina. Girl, pump the brakes. Okay, and now you're an adult. And it's just like, okay, you're on the show and you're saying, I want somebody goofy. I want somebody this. You're telling Paul, hey, show me some initiative. Show me more. Show me that attention. We got this sexual attention. Do something about it. You hit the Buster Rhymes. Don't talk about it. Be about it. I get it. But girl, slow down. We don't have enough time. Donovan, he seemed like the type that he used to be a player back in the day. And now he tired of, dating around. Now he getting serious. Like, dang, I got a whole daughter over here. I need to calm it down. But it's just something about him that he seems like a very genuine person who's really serious and he was really confident about dating. And he just wants it really bad. He wants a relationship. He wants something serious to just develop a family. You got those people that just like, hey, I'm in family mode. I want to be in family mode. And that's what he gives. He gives like he just wants somebody that's just down for whatever. That's work as a team. He's really talking that serious talk. Demetrius comes off, I said this in the last episode, that he still has his player card in his back pocket. He still has that player card in the back pocket. Tory, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you, and let me talk to people for a minute. Let me tell you something. In the South, not with a TH, but in the South, SOUFs. In the South, you give somebody some treats or attention, okay, and that's big, okay. I give you some cookies, a cake, a pie, or something. I really meant that, and I'm showing you that I have some interest in you. With Tory and him being kind of like disappointed that Sabrina went straight over to Demetrius, I bet he thought, I know I shouldn't have got her them cupcakes. He immediately was upset about that $10 or so that he spent on them cupcakes. Let me tell you about Tory. Tory, sit down. What you want? Some coffee, some tea? What you want? Tory, I can tell that you are the type that think, oh, if I just do sprinkle cupcakes, cookies, or whatever, and drop some poetry, I'm good. And I can tell that you're used to getting your way when it comes to that. Because every time you sat down with a woman and you did some poetry, it was like, okay. Because it was like random. They would sit down and y'all be talking about something random. And then you would say, oh, I love the way you smile. And I love the things you do. And a woo, woo, woo. The women were like... Okay. It was like you just dropped it like it was supposed to be a panty dropper. Now look, that might be working for you in your town, all right, and whatever. But when it came to this show and they were like, oh, choose the person who had the connection with, and Sabrina went over and kissed Demetrius, the egg in your face was comical to me. I thought it was funny. I'm not laughing at your pain. I'm just laughing at the fact that you thought that was all it was going to take or whatever. And then when she's having a conversation with you, like, hey, Tommy said we need to weigh our options, and it was open. And you were like, well, you never told me. And I mean, but you're vibing and talking to other women. So that's how I know that you were full of cupcakes. All right. Other than that, this episode really wasn't too flattering for me. It was interesting in regards to, is somebody going to act a donkey? But the only person that I see acting like a donkey left is maybe Laverne and Tory doing something. But other than that, they are stretching the heck out of this season. We only on episode 5. If y'all take it to episode 10, I'm going to be exhausted till we get to that. Y'all better have it up to maybe episode 8, and then do, the reunion, which is parts 1 and 2. I don't know what other drama or anything interesting that's going to come out of this series. Oh, Eric, I forgot about you. See, you're forgettable. That's what you are. You seem like you're a very cool dude. You honest. You want to be a chef. You want to whatever. But I don't see you and Dakia really popping things off. I just don't. I really don't see. Y'all are connecting because out of the options that are there, y'all are the ones that see each other as the best option. But Dakia to me seems more like she's dominating over you, and you don't seem like you could handle Dakia. You seem, I don't know what it is. You don't seem like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's your height. I don't know. Maybe it's because when y'all stood up, I don't know. What is it? I see Eric with somebody else. It seemed like Eric and Ace, maybe. I don't know. Carmen seems like she would be too dominating over Eric. I don't know. It's I just see Carmen and Cliff together. I see them two together because it's something that's clicking there. I don't see her. I don't see Carmen and Paul. I don't see Paul and nobody. Let me end this review, child, because I'm trying to pick interesting things out of people and it's just not there. Anywho, a note to production before I close. Do something about the camera. Do something about that. Do something about the wires all over the place. Do something about that because my trained eyes, I see it. You need to correct that. Moving on, for those of you who have your comments, make sure to leave that below. Like this video. Go on Instagram, follow me on there. Keep up with your girl. Find out what's going on in my personal life and also what's going on in future shows. We have The Girl Before Us on HBO. We have all of these other shows this week that are popping off. We have Netflix, Inventing Anna. Don't fall back, all right, on these reviews. In the meantime, in between time, remember to take care of yourself and each other. Bye.